and welcome to Yoga Strength for cyclists, runners, everybody else. Let's start in a standing position today. I know, we're just going to do something different. We're just going to start working a little bit of sideways motion. So get your hands on your hips just for a moment. Push your hips out to the right. Lean over to the left. And then inhale back to center. So inhale into your belly through your nose. And then lean over as you exhale through your nose. Now come back up as you inhale. Into your belly through your nose. Push your hips out to the right. And back as you inhale. And exhale, push your hips out to the left. All right, hands on your head. Inhale. Push your hips out to the right. And lift up your right elbow as high as it'll go. Back up. Inhale into your belly. And exhale, other side. All right. Bring your hands back to your waist, to your hips, waist. What a weird word, waist. And just turn to your left, look behind you. Inhale back and exhale, turn. And back. All right. We're going to do a couple of sun salutations and end up back down into a downward dog, and then we'll do some a warrior sequence. So let's inhale, bring your arms up, overhead, down to forward fold. Good Lord, am I tight? Inhale into a half lift. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Walk your feet back into a plank. And then we're just going to hold that for a minute. Well, for a second. And inhale, push back to a downward dog. And again, your inhales, come up on your tiptoe. Exhale through your nose and push one of your heels down. And then inhale back up, push one of your other heels down. And then back up. And then inhale, look to the top of the mat and walk your feet forward into a forward fold. Inhale into a half lift. Exhale into a forward fold. All the way up. And then all the way back down. Inhale into a half lift. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Walk your feet back into a plank. Breathe in through your nose into your belly. And then push back to a downward dog. Inhale, heel down. On the exhale. Inhale up, exhale down. The other heel. And then inhale, look to the top of the mat, walk your feet forward into a forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. And then all the way back down. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Walk your feet backwards to a high plank. One more time. Breathe into your belly. That's the challenge. That's part you're really trying to work here. Inhale, push back. On the exhale to a downward dog. Inhale, up with your right foot into a three-legged dog, and bring your right foot forward and drop your back heel, and we'll come into a warrior one. All right, in warrior one, shoulders and hips, we're trying to get them forward. So we're going to inhale, open up a little bit, or come sideways, and then exhale, rotate forward. And as always, you can bring your hands to your hips, just keep your shoulder blades back. Just rotating. So weight on your front leg is on your heel. And you're inhaling and rotating. Good. All right, we're going to inhale, rotate into a warrior two. Switch sides here. So in warrior two, now the first thing you do is check your knee, your front knee, that it's over your front ankle. Then check back leg, that it's still straight. Check your heels. One of the things that I notice when I'm doing these sometimes is that my heels don't get aligned. You want to have them in a straight line. It makes it easier for your left leg to be open. Inhale and kind of open your shoulders. Exhale, make them long. Get the weight back on your back leg. Okay, let's go inhale and exhale into a reverse warrior. Inhale, straighten your torso. Exhale, bring your left shoulder back to your left knee. And then your back leg is straight. So you're going to be feeling this still in your front leg. Opening up your back leg. All right, now we're going to rotate, cartwheel your hands into a side angle. So now my right elbow is coming inside of my right knee. My left hand is coming straight up to the ceiling or on my waist, bringing my left shoulder back. So the inhale is to drop the left shoulder. The exhale is to open up, look up at your left hand or look up at the ceiling. Or you try to bring your right down to the mat. Good. All right, good. Inhale, roll yourself up. Now have both feet facing forward. We'll come into the wide stance, forward fold. And I'm coming down very slowly because it's still early and I'm still tight. But the goal here is just to open up your hips. So you're trying to kind of have a straight back. And just letting yourself fall forward. Yeah, so you're not trying to like fall or hinge forward. Sometimes you do. But today we're trying to keep a straighter back, simply to open up our glutes a little differently and our hamstrings a little differently. All right, good. Let's walk around. So now my left foot is pointing forward. My right is still sideways. I'm coming into a warrior one. My left foot pointing forward. Inhale, open. Exhale, rotate. And you may feel a difference side to side as you are, left side, right side. As your hips feel differently, your legs feel differently. I'm having a way harder time with my right inner hip this morning. That's okay. It's normal. All right, let's rotate into a warrior two. Inhale up, exhale, open up. So the inhale is to kind of turn your shoulders forward. The exhale is to open them up. Stretch your hands as wide as possible. And again, bring your hands to your hips if you need to. Just keep your shoulder blades together as much as you can. And the exhale is just trying to open so that your hips are now, instead of going forward for the warrior one, and the warrior two, you're trying to get them to come sideways. Just breathe into your belly and exhale. Make your arms long. All right, let's inhale, come into reverse warrior. Lift your left arm up into the air, right goes behind you. And bring your right shoulder towards your right knee. Just lean back on the exhale. Inhales, bring your torso straight. Exhales, bringing it back. So you're using your glutes, you're using your core to keep everything straight as you lean back. All right, now we're going to rotate forward into the side angle. Left elbow is now inside of my left knee. And my right hand is coming up into the air. There you go. Try to get your right hand either on your hips or pointing up at the ceiling so that your shoulders opening on the exhale. So inhale, relax your torso. All right, and slowly roll up. Have both feet coming forward, bringing them together, and come into mountain pose. Nicely done. Get a cup of coffee or a sip of coffee. All right, you're going to very, very gently come into an eagle pose, simply because it's not something we've done for a while. All right, so put the weight on your left foot. Cross over onto your left. So take your right foot and cross over your left so that your right toes are on the left side of your body. Bring your arms up, or in some facsimile of such. Bring your right arm underneath your left so that your right elbow and your right knee are close. Bring your elbows together as best you can. I can barely grab on with your hands. You got that, like there. Yep. And then, as best you can, sit back and let your left foot balance you. Find a spot on the floor to stare at. You can use your right toes to kind of find your balance. Bring your elbows up as high as you can. Pick yourself up if you need to. Sink down as much as you can. And then let everything out. Hoi. All right, that's a lot of work. It's gonna be the last work we do, I promise. I promise. All right, weight on your right foot. Cross over with your left. Arms out. Now your left arm is under your right. Wrap your elbows. This works easier on this side because there's less stress on that shoulder. And then sit back, find a spot to stare on the floor. Breathe into your belly. And you just, when you have your legs crossed, you can just use your left toes to continue to kind of tripod yourself. So not really tripoding. And then come on up. Oh, that's enough of that. Enough of that crazy. All right, we're not even going to bother with the gracefulness. Let's come on down. And going to come into a butterfly, get your feet together. All right. So again, you can prop something underneath your legs to support your knees a little bit, because what we're really trying to get at is your inner thighs. Inhale and just reach forward as if you were trying to touch something in front of you. And then inhale, come back. And then exhale, reach. Inhale up. Exhale, reach.
You can always bring your hands back down eventually, but just make sure you're not pulling yourself when you exhale. It's kind of like the natural thing to do. You put your hands in the mat, I suppose. All right, good. Roll up, roll back onto your back for a moment. Knees up into the air. Bring your right knee, leg up into the air, cross over onto your left. Hands can be out kind of the side, and then inhale and exhale, drop your knees to the right and look over to your left. You may need to adjust what your left foot is doing, but you're letting them come down. You're going to feel this in a lot of different places, but mostly you should feel it in the outer of your left hip and into your left glute, maybe side of your left leg. Inhale up. Both shoulders stay on the mat. Might feel this a little bit in your torso. Inhale into your belly. Through your nose, exhale. All right, come back. Switch legs. And then inhale and drop your knees over to the left. Look over to the right. There you go. And again, you may need to adjust what your right foot is doing. You don't need to bring your knees up much, just enough to relax a little bit. All right. Bring your knees up, grab both knees with your hands and pull them gently in to your armpits. You can lift up your head a little bit if you want. And kind of create a little bit of a curve with your back and roll back and forth a little bit. All right, roll up into a seated position. Again, as best you can. Find your breath through your nose into your belly. All right, bring your hands to your side. Inhale, bring them up high. Reach as much as you can. Bring your hands together. Exhale. Bring your hands down to heart center. We'll do that one more time. And scoop up good energy that we bring into ourselves so that we can bring it to others today. Thank you for joining me on this morning. Namaste. All right, thanks for joining us. Check out the website, simpleendurancecoaching.com. We did a whole bunch of changes to the website. We're still working on some kinks, so sign up for the ebook on the website, and we'll talk to you soon. See ya.